Today's episode is brought to you by Mazars.
SoundCartel.
Are you one of the great majority of Australian small businesses that haven't gone digital? Well, if so, you may be wasting more than a day every week by not automating tasks. From SoundCartel, this is Business Essentials Daily. I'm Peter Letts, filling in for Nicole Goodman. Big businesses with their own IT departments have well and truly moved into the new digital world. But it's a different story for SMEs. Elise Balsillie, who heads the Thryv business software firm in Australia, says going digital isn't as difficult as you think, and it could result in huge time savings. The trick is to do it in stages. Elise starts by explaining the extent of the problem to Jeff Waters.
I think the figure would probably surprise you. So over the past 10 years, large corporations have moved to the cloud. They've digitised their business, they've automated tasks. The vast majority of small to medium business owners have not. And I think it's the owners of those businesses that today are facing the pain of not taking that step, with most of them working on average an extra 7.5 hours per week.
Wow, and you say the vast majority?
The vast majority of small to medium businesses have not taken that leap of faith as yet.
And so what are they missing out on?
They're missing out on so much, and I think one of the biggest opportunities for a business owner, large corporations are now delivering customer experience initiatives right across the organisation. Consumers want information then and there. They want responses really quickly. Small to medium business owners are dealing with a world of complexity. Inquiries coming through from social media or over the phone, text messages, WhatsApp. There are so many channels by which you can communicate with a small business owner, and it's getting more and more complex, and it's eating into more and more of their personal time. And that's probably the biggest toll for small business owners.
They might argue that they're doing well as they are, though. Why is this a big problem?
I think twofold. So they're definitely doing well in today's age, but by the same token, the burden on their personal life is significant. And what we really want to do is be able to support them in delivering an exceptional experience to their customers, whilst at the same time freeing up time so that they can spend that time doing what they love. A painter got into painting because he loved painting a house, not because he loved spending 7.5 hours on a Saturday doing invoicing and quotes and following up on people that hadn't paid their bills.
You mentioned saving time. Surely becoming digitised is a huge and complex thing to do.
I think the concept of it for a business owner seems incredibly scary and seems like it's going to take a lot of time.
Very intimidating.
Incredibly intimidating. And I think for larger corporations with IT departments, it was an easier transition to do. But for a small business owner, the thought of digitising tasks is scary. But I think in today's day and age and the level of technology and sophistication that exists, it's about simplifying their business, making it easier, building automation into tasks so that they don't have to do anything. When an invoice is due, a nice reminder gets sent out to their clients. When it's not paid a few days later, an overdue notice goes out. Those tasks happen easily, seamlessly, without any sort of human interaction. And that's ultimately what the goal is, to build something so simple and easy for a business owner that they can spend time doing what they love and ultimately making more money working in the business rather than on the business.
You mentioned invoicing there, but what other tasks can be digitised?
So many tasks can be digitised, from marketing your business. The amount of money that small business owners spend on driving leads into their business, they then don't capture those leads and do anything with them. Imagine if they kept a pool of customers in the background and continued to communicate with them so that as we were coming into winter, we could remind people that their hot water service needed to be looked at, their ducted heating needed to be looked at, and all of those tasks are tasks that we can support business owners making that leap of faith. It's cheaper and easier for a business owner to communicate with their own database than it is for them to continue to pay to drive leads into their business.
So what is the cost involved?
The cost involved is actually not significant for a small business owner. Probably the biggest cost involved is the time and effort up front to spend a little bit of time helping to educate people around your organisation. I think the biggest opportunity that I see is for a small business owner to pick the number one pain point in their business and use that as the catalyst to drive automation into their business. If that pain point is cash flow and people paying their bills late, use that as the opportunity to test and trial automation in your business to try and drive efficiency, but to try and also drive better cash flow into your organisation. Don't try and transform your entire organisation at once because it will overwhelm you. Just pick off the biggest couple of pain points that you have as a small business owner and focus your energy and effort on automating there.
So you can do it in stages.
You absolutely can do it in stages.
And if I'm a small business owner who's saying, oh my goodness, I'm listening to this and I don't have a digitised company, I could be saving time, what are the first steps that I should take?
Well, you should absolutely look into it. And I think being able to go online and find a provider who will ultimately support you, who will make it easy for you, who will be there to hold your hand no matter what time of day or when you're using the software. And I think it really is having the opportunity to find something that works with your lifestyle. You want something that you can use on the go in your pocket. And kind of the perfect example that I look at, I was at an event in Queensland not so long ago, and one of the small to medium businesses we work with was at the event. Historically, when things had gone wrong in his organisation, he had to travel back to the office. His quotes were on carbonated paper, his job sheets were on whiteboard, and when things went wrong, it involved him travelling back. By him automating some of the functions and digitising his business, when things went wrong, his business was in his pocket. He could pick out his phone, he could work through the issues and problems, and ultimately he was able to stay at an event that he was really interested in. And so for him, the time saving was significant.
Yes, you could spend that time with your family instead.
You absolutely could.
So what would be your advice to an SME considering taking this step?
I think it takes definitely a level of confidence, but I think believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and absolutely take that leap of faith. I think digitising your business and going online is definitely scary for a small business owner, but there are conversations happening about you online, whether you're part of those conversations or not. People are leaving ratings and reviews about you online. People are communicating about you on social media, and you absolutely want to be part of those conversations. And so I think for a small business owner, definitely take that leap of faith, but don't try and transform your entire organisation. Just pick off components and parts of the business where there's opportunity to influence an outcome and take it one step at a time.
That was Elise Balsillie, head of the Thryv business software company in Australia. This episode of Business Essentials Daily is produced by the team at SoundCartel. Thanks for listening. I'm Peter Letts. We'll bring you more Be Daily tomorrow. Follow @BeDaily Podcast across social media and head to bedaily.com.au for more from the Business Essentials Daily Podcast.
SoundCartel. This episode was brought to you by Mazars. To find out more, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.